Awesome, awesome. Welcome everybody to the United States Air Force Cybersecurity Challenges. We're going to be going through 3 challenges today together. If you've never done a capture the flag style event before, I'm going to actually walk you through all the challenges. We'll kind of do them collaboratively in a lot of ways. So it should be a good time. You get to learn something along the way. I will talk more about the Air Force at the end, but they are giving out some power banks as well. So if you'd like to win one of those, we'll be raffling them off at the end. I'm going to post the link in chat for everyone again here. You can get started at challenges.mlh.io, and you're going to click into the US Air Force Cybersecurity Challenge. And I'm actually going to share my screen so y'all can see what I'm seeing as well, and I can explain things that way. Cool, and we're going to share this specifically. Awesome. So if y'all could let me know in chat that you're logged in, you're ready. I just want to get a check that people are good to go here before we actually kick off and start. Getting it ready from Kathleen. We appreciate it. We've got more people joining us. I'm just going to admit them real quick. Awesome, awesome. Getting lots of readies. I should have asked for the reverse. Does anyone need more time to get set up? Or is everyone feeling good? All right, I'm going to post this link one more time in chat since we just had some folks roll in. Welcome, everybody. Once you're logged in here, you're going to click into hacking the Cipher, which is going to be our first challenge. To explain a little bit about what we're going to do here, ultimately, you're going to come back to this page and you're going to be submitting a flag that you find on a website on a puzzle that we created for you. So I'm going to say I'm at a hackathon. I'm at Hacker Violet this weekend. And ultimately, I'm going to add a flag here that's something like digital sleuth, or sorry, let me type that out for y'all so you can see what it looks like. Let me get a notepad or something up. Get an example here, flag, and it's going to be something like this. This is the flag. And let me reshare my screen here. One, share, and can I zoom this? Perfect. So you're going to get a flag. You're going to find this flag on our next website, and it's going to look something like this. It's going to be inside these curly braces, and it's going to specifically say that it's the flag. That makes sense to everyone what they're looking for here? Cool. So with that, what you're going to do to actually get going here is you're going to hit take the challenge. I'm going to open this in a new tab. And when you actually open this in a new tab, you're going to see this on your screen. And this is the puzzle here. So you're going to try and solve what's on the page in front of you. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes on the clock, and then I'm going to start doling out hints to y'all to try and help you work through this first problem. So I'm going to give everyone some time to think here. Can you go over that one more time? Absolutely. So if you go to challenges.mlh.io, you're going to click on the USAF, or United States Air Force Cybersecurity Challenges. You're going to click on hacking the Cipher, which is our first one. There's some instructions on the page here. There's some information about the challenge itself. Ultimately, you're going to hit add a hackathon. You're going to type in hack Violet, and then you're going to hit take the challenge. That take the challenge is going to open up this web page, and this is the first puzzle. This is the first thing you're trying to solve. What you're going to try and solve for is some sort of flag, and it's going to be something like this, like flag, and it's going to say like Ryan is cool or something like that in there, and you're going to submit this whole thing as your answer on the website. So if we come in here, we go back, we might do something like this and submit, and it says that's not the correct flag, sadly. But that should be all the explanation you need. If you have other questions, let me know. Cool, we got it, perfect. So I'm curious if anyone has any initial ideas on this one here, any initial thoughts on how we might approach this page. For me, I'm seeing this password box over here, and that's certainly something I'm interested in. Any ideas from my chat here about how we might get started here? I think I got the password. If you got the password,
Is
good
it
job.
in caps? Yeah,
Is it
my
in caps?
formatting might be wrong too. I tried lowercase and uppercase.
Yeah. Play around with your formatting if you think you're onto it. You're probably a few steps ahead of where we are here, which is a-okay. So for this password, you could try some simple things, right? Like you could try maybe admin as like a common password. That's going to say invalid credentials. We could try like just password. It's maybe another one to try. Okay, still invalid. Ultimately, though, like these letters are a little suspicious to me, right? I know this is a puzzle, and I've got some letters on the screen here. There's probably something to uncover here. So we've got some jumbled letters that we need to take a look at. And I should also say,
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
Awesome.
same.
Tad dense, that's a-okay. I posted the direct link to this challenge for anyone who joined us late here. You're going to each have a different set of characters on screen, so you're not going to see the same thing that I am. All right. So this set of letters that we have on screen, to me, looks like, it's been jumbled up. It's been mixed up a little bit. We need to decrypt it, right? We need to break this cipher, ultimately, is what this is about. This is a particular type of cipher, a fairly common one. So what I'd maybe recommend doing here is doing some Googling and seeing if you can find tools for helping you break common ciphers is what I'd look for first here. And so to showcase that to y'all, if you go to Google and literally type in decrypt cipher, there are tons of different results for it. There's a bunch of different types of ciphers that I'm seeing here. Does anyone have any idea what type of cipher this might be? Or does anyone know any particular types of cipher? Caesar, what makes you say Caesar, Nicholas? What was the flag to start the challenge? So you actually don't need the flag to start the challenge. You're going to input the flag at the end. For right now, you just want to hit take the challenge and open that up in a new, I like to open it in a new tab. And you're going to put the flag back in here when you complete it. It was your first guess. It's a fairly good first guess. This actually is a Cipher sizer. Caesar cipher, there we go, getting a little tongue-tied. If you just search Google here, Caesar ciphers are one of the first that you're actually going to run into here. And I can see a bunch of different websites that will help us decode these, right? So let's take a look at this first website here. And so if we come in here and grab our string of characters, I know from experience that this is not going to paste super well, so I just need to do a little bit of formatting. All right. And if I just hit decrypt here, I'm going to see a bunch of different solutions here, but ultimately there's one that is pretty specific, right? I'm seeing the secret password is, and then this string of characters here. So if I grab this and give it a try, and again, you're going to have a different result on your end. Okay, it's going to give me a new web page. So let's go back to our cipher here and talk a little bit more about this. So a Caesar cipher actually shifts the characters by a set number here. So you can see that for me, the shift was 12, right? And so in this case, this F ended up becoming a T. This T here ended up becoming an H, and it's just shifting them up or down the alphabet. You can see some other examples in here of different shifts, but ultimately, the one that we worked out to is 12 in this case. We just brute force across all of them. Anyone have any questions? Anyone still stuck or unable to get their password? Just want to check in with the audience here. Was everyone able to get their flag? Maybe we're going to ask it in the reverse way. Does anyone not have the first challenge completed at this point? Need to test it? Okay, cool. Testing, cool. We'd love to see it. And I'll post the link to this decoder I'm using in chat as well, in case anyone is looking to use the exact same one. Ad blockers making life difficult. That does happen occasionally. Lots of people are saying they got it done. Great. Something with your ad blocker. Okay, cool. Apparently ad blockers are causing problems for lots of folks here. So, alrighty. So that is our first challenge in the bag. I'm not going to show the full password, the full flag here, but it's flag and then there's a phrase inside of it that you get redirected to. After you get that I see this is Vinit asking here, after getting the answer of where to paste it, you're going to paste it in right here in this flag here. You're going to select that you're at a hackathon, you're going to select hack file it, and then you're going to put it in here. So once you've completed this first challenge, we can go back up to our top level list here, and we're going to move on to our second challenge on the list, which is first steps towards security. So I've actually completed this one already, so I need to cheat a little bit, but you should see the at a hackathon, you can select that and you can hit take the challenge and you're going to get started on the second one. Again, you've got some instructions here to kind of get you going. And let me pull up the challenge the unofficial way here. All right. And so when you hit that take the challenge button, you're going to see this sign in screen here. And just like last time, we've got a little bit of context on the side, and we've got a little sign in field here that we are looking to probably break into if we're going to look for something that's hidden on this website. So any of my pros who got our last one very quickly, I'm curious if you have any initial thoughts on this, things that you're looking towards immediately. Or any of my beginners as well, for that matter, if you've got something you're feeling confident about. SQL injection, frequency analysis, okay. This one's a little bit more simple than an SQL injection. I do want to set the tone here for everybody. Don't want to scare anyone off with SQL injections, but if you're interested in SQL injections, make sure you check out the fourth challenge, which we're not going to do today, but will be up your alley. Oh, you meant the last one. Some permutation of admin and administrator. I think that's totally reasonable. This is like admin at maybe MLH.io and admin. Not quite right. And we do not want to save that password. So this website is, and any website really, right, is a server, and there's all sorts of different files on a server that you can access, right? Right now, we're probably accessing like an index.html or something like that ultimately, right? Are there other files that you know of on a common web server or website that are worth looking into? Cookies is definitely something that's interesting. If I were in y'all's shoes, I might be looking for other things though, using that URL to try and find other files, other websites, other pages, things like that. Page source is certainly valid to look at. And so we could like inspect here and then look through and see if there's anything in here. So Matthew mentioned a robots.txt. Matthew, can you explain what a robots.txt is? So it shows which indexes are hidden from search engines. Yep, that's actually very accurate, right? So robots.txt is a file that you put on a website, and it tells search engines, hey, look at these pages, don't look at these pages when you're scanning through our site and trying to index it, right? And so here, if we were going to go to a robots.txt, we know it exists on this server, on this website. How do you think we navigate to it? And that's a question for y'all to to do on your own there. But robots.txt is certainly something to look into. And just like last time, if you end up solving this one, I'd love to hear about it in chat. So to find that robots.txt, I'm just going to do a /robots.txt. That's simple here. And I'm going to see a couple of different files, right? This index is probably what we were at previously. Let's verify that. Oh, not authorized, so maybe it's not. Oh, maybe I don't need the question. No, still not authorized. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. There's just a /? Is there anything there, right? Okay, that's our page we were at previously. This /JS, we could check and see if there's anything in here, right? So you could try some other things in this folder. I don't think it's going to show us the whole folder, yeah. But you can maybe look in here and see if there's other files. But this one in particular is a little suspicious to me, right? I see a /secure and I'm immediately interested in it. Got it. Good. I'm glad to hear it. So what happens here if we slap this at the end? It brings us to a different page. And that page should have something we're interested in on it. So frequently, one of the questions I get with this challenge is like, how are we supposed to know about a robots.txt? And I think it's a good opportunity to kind of talk about cybersecurity challenges and capture the flags. A lot of it is accumulated knowledge. And that's why this one is intended to be very beginner friendly. We kind of walk you through them. Matthew, I'm sure you've ran into a robots.txt at some point in your past. And it's this little piece of accumulated knowledge that you get to use for these future challenges, these future puzzles. And it'll be something you end up using potentially in your real work as well, right? Not just in these puzzles. So with these capture the flags, it's a lot of building up knowledge over time is the kind of the goal here. So that is our second one down. Anyone still need more time to complete that? Or are we all feeling good about that second one? All good, I'm getting from Brian. No clue how to use robots.txt. I can walk you through it here real quick. Seeing it done. So for this, Deep, for this challenge specifically, all you need to know how to do with the robots.txt is know that it exists, navigate to it like we've done here, right? So we just typed in /robots.txt at the end of our URL, and then recognize that this is another route on this website, on this server, right? And so if we paste this in, we're going to find our flag right here. I'm seeing that other folks are done as well, which is fantastic. Cool. So our final challenge that we're going to do together here is secret pictures. So if you click in here, again, you're going to do add a hackathon. We're going to do hack file it. Oh, you put it in the wrong spot. No worries at all. We're going to do hack file it, and we're going to do take the challenge. And so for our third challenge here, this is about stenography. We've got a postcard here. I'm curious if y'all have some thoughts on how we might crack this one. So Lily is saying, go back to the skills section, and these are important. I think that's valid. So does anyone have any initial thoughts on this one? I'm curious if we've got any approaches that are exciting to us here. Plug in the address on Google Maps. I like that. Jordan suggested tweaking kind of the brightness and contrast on some of the pictures. That's certainly an interesting idea. So for this one, you are going to want to manipulate these images is what it's going to boil down to. It's not anything to do with the text written on these or the address. Those are good ideas and certainly would be valid in some capture the flags. Here, we're specifically trying to teach you about hidden information in images though. So metadata is another suggestion from Jordan, certainly an interesting one. So I would recommend downloading these though and opening them up in whatever tools you have and kind of taking a look through them. Those tools could be as simple as just a photo viewer, or photo editor, or they could be more complex things if you've done a CTF before. While you all actually do that, I'm going to do it as well. Anyone made any progress here? I'm curious if we've got anyone who's found it yet. And if not, I can certainly give some more hints. Griffin got it. We'd love to see it. Brian got it. Lily says there's a good website. Matthew's got it. Awesome. So I'm going to give you all another hint, and that is that you should be looking at this photo of the jet, not the back side of the postcard. We're looking at the front side for our clue here, ultimately. And if you have laser vision, you might already be able to see some of the interesting pieces here. You've got to have either a really high quality monitor or laser vision, I think is what helps with this, but we'll dial it in for everybody over time here. So we're looking for something fairly precise here. And because we're looking for something fairly precise, I'm going to recommend that you look in this upper right quadrant specifically. And I'm actually going to switch this over to the edit mode here. And I think one of the first suggestions we had was around brightness and contrast. And I actually think that's worthwhile to do here. So I happen to be on Windows, but there's basic apps for this on any operating system. And there's websites as well, like Lily just showed us. And I'm going to tweak the different settings over here and see if that does anything for me. And again, I'm going to pause my screen here and get this going for y'all. All right, seeing a couple other people that got it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this reset to 0 so I can show y'all. So I'm going to resume my share here. So if you're still looking for some hints, I'm going to show you how to do it here. So the first thing I think about is this brightness one. And almost immediately for me, you might have trouble seeing this over Zoom just because of the bit rate and things like that. But I'm seeing up in this upper corner, there's some text like you found the flag I'm seeing right here. So if I zoom that in, I'm seeing you found the flag, and then I'm actually finding the flag right here. And I know over Zoom, it can be very hard to read that, but I promise there's a flag right there. So on your own computer, I'd recommend tweaking the brightness. You might need to do some adjustment with the color, depending on your monitor and settings like that. And then ultimately, you should see a piece of text right up here in the right-hand corner. Anyone have any questions, comments, concerns about any of that? Everyone able to finish that third challenge? I would appreciate it if you could let me know. Got it. Great. We'd love to see it. Perfect. So to kind of wrap us up here then, team, there is a fourth challenge available on our website if you're interested in it. That fourth challenge is around a SQL injection. So if you're looking for more capture the flag style stuff, there's probably another 40 minutes here, depending on your experience level with this fourth challenge. So if you're looking for something else to do, that's a good thing to look at. I also want to mention that the Air Force is hiring, and I'll post this in chat for everyone as well. And we have the attendance form right above me as well. So the Air Force does have full-time positions open. Definitely recommend checking them out. Here is all of their information. And we do have a raffle for 3 power banks from them as well. So we're going to do that raffle next year. The raffle is only for people based in the United States. You need to have a United States-based address to get these power banks. So just want to give that as a caveat here. If you win, you do need to have a United States-based address to receive it. Sound good, everyone? The way we're going to do this, I'm going to pull the participants list on screen here. And we are going to do a random, and we're going to count it from the top. I'm going to skip the 2 hosts here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go down like that. And I've got some MLHers in here as well. So when we get to those MLHers, we'll skip them as well. So we're going to do a random number between 1 and 26. Random number. We're going to do 1 and 26 and roll it live here for everybody. Good luck to everybody on their power bank journey here. Power bank, very last one on the list. That's very easy to count. We love to see it. Vinit down there, I believe you're our first winner of one of our power banks. Congratulations. Let's see if Vinit is excited about their prize here or not. They said thank you. We'll take that. We'll take that. All right. So we're going to drop this to 25 total here, and we're going to generate a new roll. Good luck to everybody in the chat. Can we get a drum roll this time? Can I get some claps or something, some excitement in the chat before we roll it? I feel like I was anticlimactic the first time. I got a little clap reaction. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All right. We've got number 19 here. So we're going to skip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 5 is Brian, not Annika. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The mysterious M is our winner for our second power bank. Congratulations to M. I'm just making sure they're here to claim their prize. If M is in the chat, do let me know. Uh-oh. Could be trouble here, team. We might need to re-roll it. We'll give M time to reply while we go for one final one here. All right, so this is going to be another roll here. Going once, going twice, gone. Uh-oh. We're going to have to re-roll it, team. It's a big L, but it's okay. All right, 1 through 24. Here we go, everybody. Number 12. We're going to skip 1, 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Henry, are you in the chat? You've won yourself a power bank. If you are, we love to see it. Henry has claimed his prize. And then finally here, our third one, we're going to go ahead and roll one more time here. Big drum roll for our last one. Big excitement. Wait, is there another Henry? I hope not. There's only one. Okay. Whew. Would have been a disaster otherwise. All right, here we go, team. Number 5. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brian is our final winner here. Congratulations to Brian. What? We love the reaction. I should have this on screen, I suppose, so you can all see the excitement in chat here. Thank you all so much for coming out to the cybersecurity challenges. Really appreciate y'all coming here. Big shout out again to the U.S. Air Force for partnering with us to provide this event and provide the prizes for it. If you all have any questions, feel free to hang out. And then if you won one of our power banks, if you could hang out with us as well, and we'll get you all set up to receive that. Otherwise, we'll catch you all later on. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Happy hacking. And do you want to pause the recording for us? I think you have to pause it. Awesome. And then my friends here who won,